Welcome to this economy lecture series. In this lecture we will take the different shapes of economic recovery. Like in this COVID situation, right now the video is being recorded in this COVID situation in the 2020 December month. So it has been seen in the month of October and November there was a high growth in the market. So it was because of the festive season. So what were the reasons behind it? So it was absorbed that in the month of October November of the 2020, in the COVID times, it was the shape of Jetshaped. So what is the significance of that shape of recovery, and how significant other shapes are present? Like if we see V shape, W shapes and all, Swoosh shapes will be present there. So in this lecture we will take all the major different shapes of recovery related to the economy. Moving ahead, please, I will request you to subscribe this channel because it is a new channel, so I need your support. Further, I request you to please go through this video till the end so that you will have a complete picture of the topic. Moving ahead, first we will see K-shaped recovery. In this recovery we will see that some of the sector are working very good and some of the sector are working very poor. So when this kind of situation we will observe, like see in the pandemic situation, like in the COVID times, we have seen that the medical facilities, medical shops, medical related industries were working very great. They were progressing, and the progress in that sector was very good, was excellent than the previous one. So it was like that the GDP of that particular sector, that the growth of the particular sector will increase and the growth of the particular sector will decrease. So it will form your K-shaped kind of economy recovery or economy growth shape. So as I've given, like in this poor sector, in the COVID times, we have seen that the travels lockdown was imposed, so the travel was restricted, so the tourism sector were affected. So ultimately the growth of that sector gone down and the growth of the medical sector rose above. So thus it gives your K-shaped economy recovery. So it means in this sector economy will recover at different rates. Like some of the sector will recover with much higher positive rate. See, it is like that ultimate, it is not like that it is increasing in the slow pace, it is like increasing at the much higher different rate, accelerated rate. And the other like that, some of the recovery will show higher positive rates and some of the sector will experience decline in the growth and may face the negative growth rate in that sector. So as I've explained in the example, that in the pandemic situation medical facilities were experiencing positive rate and the tourism sector were experiencing the negative growth rate. Okay, now we will see V-shaped recovery. In this shape of recovery we will see there will be a sudden crash of economy and there will be sudden emerge of that increase of economy. How in that situation we will see that, let us suppose a particular policy of the government have been imposed and that policy have suddenly hit the market, and after a second day as the market hit, let us suppose then government revoke that policy, then again your market will again revive, again will hit back, again will come in the normal normal rate. So it will be like that. So it will like V-shaped recovery. So in this economy where sudden crash will happen, there will be sudden recovery will happen. So it is generally believed that when there in a market there will be a sudden crash, so it has seen that normally it has seen that there will be sudden recovery will happen, and in that case the graph will be of the symbol of, generally it will be the symbol of V shape. So before moving ahead in the lecture, I will clear one thing in this topic, that we will see different types of shapes here. Like in the previous slide we have seen K-shaped, in this slide we have seen V-shaped. So just take one thing in your mind, that the graph will not exactly be like V letter, it will be sudden, like it may looks different, but the overall structure of the recovery will looks like the alphabets, like for the V-shaped recovery, it may like that. So like let us suppose the economy is moving like that, it is moving like that, it is moving like that, and then it is coming like that. So overall, if you see the graph of this economy, it will be like this one. So that's why we are saying it is V-shaped recovery. Don't take like alphabetically, it will like sudden decrease and sudden increase. There will be some fluctuation, but the overall figure, overall the shape of the graph will be your V shape, W shape, Z shape, all like that. Okay, so this is something called V-shaped recovery. Now we will see U-shaped recovery. In this U-shaped recovery, so there is something, every shape has one significant mark. So if you see in the V-shaped, there is a mark like sudden decrease and sudden increase. Okay, in this K-shaped we will see one sector is increasing and other sector is decreasing, working poorly. Similarly, in the U-shape, the point to be noted is that it will take much time, it will take longer time to revive the economy. Like economy fall down and it will take longer time to recover, and then after slowly it will move above. Then something it is called as U-shaped recovery. Like in this recovery we will see it will be taking longer period of time to recover. Like see, from this period to this period, this is a longer period of time. In this period we will see longer period of time. In V-shaped recovery it was like that, sudden fall and sudden increase, so there was time was very less. But if you see in the U-shaped recovery, the time will be much for recovery of the economy. Okay, so that is something called a U-shaped. Same example here, same thing I will explain it here. Like don't suppose that absolutely you will have alphabetical U-shape. No, it will be like something like graph is coming, then it will like, it will moving like that, then it will coming above. So then it will, overall shape of your graph will be like U. Okay, that is something called parabolic shape and all. So this is something called as U-shaped recovery. So in this U-shaped recovery you have to note that time period for the recovery will be more. In the V-shaped recovery, time period of the recovery will be very less. Okay, now W-shaped recovery. In this W-shaped recovery, how your W looks like this one. So here you will see double dip. One, it's like that, again it will come, again it will go down, and again it will move above. So it is something like two V's. Okay, so again there will be less time, again it will go above, economy will raise above, then again the economy within the less time it will fall down, again within the less time it will again fall above. So it may like, it may repeat, this structure may also repeat. So that's why it is overall it is considered as a W-shaped economic recovery. So it is like the economy will crash, so the overall meaning of it's like the economy will crash, then it will recover, then it will again crash, then it will again recover. Okay, this is something called your W-shaped economy. So this is called double dip recession. Double, one dip is here and another dip is here, so that is something called double dip recession, and it is going to happen in this pandemic time. So example, it has been also given that when this kind of shape you will see, let us suppose a pandemic has hit or some policies of the government has hit. So it is like that, it is fall down and again it raise above. Okay, and again let us suppose the second wave of pandemic came, or the again after, let us suppose government enforce one bill in the parliament, it get passed, and again revolts happen, protests happen, this bill get revoked. Okay, so, as the bill get revoked, economy will raise above. Okay, after that again government imposed another bill, and due to that bill again market got crashed, revolts used to happen and all, protest used to happen on. So again your market will go down, and again government suppose pull that bill, so again your economy will raise. So that is something called your W-shaped recovery. If you see the example of the pandemic, like let us suppose the first wave of pandemic came, in that wave economy goes down, then again economy got revived. Okay, again second wave of pandemic came. Okay, second strain of pandemic, like corona strain, new corona strain have been emerged, so again the pandemic will come, again second lockdown will be imposed, so again your economy will go down, and again after some period of time it will raise above. Okay, so that's something called as the W-shaped recovery. And again I will repeat it here, it will not be like exactly your W shape, it will be like something like it's going down graph, then a graph going above, then a graph going down, then again graph raising above. So it will be something like overall structure. If you see of that economic recovery and the falling, you will see that it is forming a W-shaped recovery. Okay, so this is called double dip. It is going to happen in the pandemic situation. Let us suppose there is a second or third wave pandemic is coming on, and then this type of graph we will see. Now we will see Z-shaped graph that we have just now have been observed in the month of October and November of the year 2020, where currently corona pandemic is going on, and it has been observed in the Indian economic structure that Z-shaped recovery has been observed. And why it has been observed, I will explain it here. So as per the current topic also, this is a current affair topic also, that right now we have seen a Z-shaped recovery. So as the corona pandemic hit, so let us this is our normal graph, this is our normal economic growth. As the corona pandemic hit, the economic recessions happen. Okay, economic get crash, and after some period of time in the month of October, when the lockdown was pulled down, that when the lockdown was removed, and then we have seen in the month of October and the November there was lots of festival, Diwali, Chhat, Durga Puja and all. So due to festive season, market started to work, market started to raise. So due to that we have seen that market raised, but it raised more than the normal graph. It is like this one. So the expert claims that it has been observed, because this thing has been observed because of the festive season, because of the festive season present in the October November. That's why we have seen that the graph have raised above than the normal line, and it has been said that again this graph will go down in the coming time, and thus it will see your Z-shaped recovery. This will show your Z-shaped graph. Okay, so this is something called a Z-shape, like your economy will crash, then it will raise above more than the normal line, and then again it will fall down and it will come near to your normal line, and then your economy will move normally as per the situation it will be observed. So Z-shaped recovery is something called that there will be crash and then sudden recovery will happen, and then again to a certain extent there will be correction in the market as per the normal time. Okay, that is something will be your Z-shaped recovery. And what is the shoes shaped? Just see your Nike company symbol. Okay, don't see that, don't take that Nike has paid it. Even my channel is not that big that someone is going to pay it. Okay, so swoosh shaped is something called your Nike symbol. Okay, so in that Nike symbol it is like that there will be sudden crash and the recovery will take a longer time. Okay, like the market falls down and the recovery will take a longer time than the normal time, longer time to recover. Okay, so that is something called your swoosh shape. So don't take that it will absolutely like shoe shape like this one. There will the overall structure that you will see, it will be like your swoosh shaped. Okay, that is the Nike symbol kind of shape. Okay, now inverse square root shape. So in this economic structure, economy shape, recovery shape, there will be a sudden crash and then there will be a recovery, but the recovery rate will be lesser, the normal of the recovery rate will be lesser than the earlier one. Like earlier the growth GDP was like this, and then GDP fall down, and then it received, then it raised above, and then it came into a normalcy, but it was lesser than the earlier one. Let us suppose the GDP earlier was 6%, then it fall down and then it recovered and then it became normalcy, so it at that time 4%. So this is something called as your inverse square root shaped. So in this there will be a sudden crash and recovery will happen like inverse square root, but in this the GDP growth rate earlier will be higher, but after recovery it will be moving at lower pace or step down pace. That see that this is at step above and this is lower than. Okay, this is something called as your inverse square root shape of recovery. I hope you have understand this lecture very well. Please like and subscribe. Your subscription is a form of payment for me. This is a new channel. I need your support. For further feedback or if you want any on-demand video lecture, please feel free to ping on my Twitter handle. Thank you.